Hello everyone. As you all know, I'm not a religious man, but I'd like to start this video off with a slightly modified Bible quote, as it's very apt. Matthew 21:17. And he left them, and he went into the city of Bangkok, and he lodged there. My valued subscribers, I have some major news to announce. My workplace has been offering voluntary redundancies, and I have put my hand up for one. I received a formal offer, which last Thursday I decided to accept. I've worked with the same organisation for the past 21 years. I will receive a large payout and I'll be able to access my secure government pension for life. This puts me in a fantastic position to expat to Thailand. Together with my Bitcoin holdings and other assets, I have more than enough to retire to Thailand and live a great life there. Very excited about this. I'll be using Bitcoin as my reserved treasury asset. For those of you that have wondered, like I have, as to what asset is the best asset in the world to hold as a reserve treasury bearer asset, to take back your power and control from the state and from the Thailand business and land ownership laws that make it very difficult for us as foreigners, it's Bitcoin. Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, look him up. Specifically the video, A Masterclass in Economic Calculation. Watch that video. Listen to it very carefully. Of course, the timing is not ideal. The coronavirus is still causing havoc around the world, and Australians like myself have been banned by the Australian government in leaving the country, unless we have a very good reason. The Australian borders are closed and international flights are very difficult to get. The other thing, of course, is the entertainment areas in Thailand have been badly affected by the pandemic, so the Pattaya we all know and love has changed. Many of the bar girls I knew have moved back to the village, and the business people I knew have left or are completely uncontactable. The world has changed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait patiently for the next 6 to 12 months for the borders to reopen. And as soon as they reopen and international flights return, I'll be leaving Australia and living abroad. And I will split my time between mostly Thailand and the Philippines. I will need to stay an Australian citizen for tax purposes. So that means I'll be living in Australia for 6 months out of the year. And the rest of the time I'll be living in Thailand and the Philippines. I've watched on carefully the foreigners before me who have made the decision to expat, and I've very keenly taken note of the things they did that were successful, and the things they did that caused them to lose money, time, and their sanity. Success to me, as an expat, means avoiding opening a business or buying property in the local economy, where foreigners can't own 100% of a business and can't own land in their own names. It means avoiding becoming a walking ATM for a bar girl and her family. Success to me will be living off my secure government pension and developing a business online that I own 100% of, which is registered as an Australian company. Success to me is building that business, programming the platform, putting it out there, seeing if the market cares, and building a revenue stream which I control, which I own, and which I direct. And should I need labour, I will hire it remotely. Success to me is living alone and engaging with Thai or Filipinos on my terms. It means avoiding situations where the role the locals have in mind for me is resource provider and walking wallet. It means avoiding being the cashed up foreign banker for the locals. It means developing a public profile under my own name, entering the public eye under my own name, and working in the cryptocurrency space. It means doing some non-profit work in Thailand, volunteering for a local charity in the LGBTQ space. It means building friendships with foreigners and Thais. In Melbourne, where I live, I've had the opportunity to buy part ownership of a bar, which is owned by 200 other people as small shareholders. I got to spend time in the bar, see how hard the staff and management worked, and gain a great additional understanding of why it is that I should not and will not open a bar in Thailand. I wasn't 100% confident that I would not fall into that trap in Thailand, so I spent a few grand to get up close and personal, make sure my mind was primed not to go down that route. I'm 41 years old at the moment. I turned 42 in April. I estimate it will be at least July before I can get on a plane and leave Australia. It might be later, perhaps even 2022. I'm anticipating having a gap year, as I call it, between now and February 2022. Although I am semi-retiring and living off my pension, I will still be working, but I'll be working on things that I love, engaging with people I love every day, and one of my major goals is to create value that is separate from my time. In other words, to use the power of leverage so people can consume the services that I provide whilst I'm doing other things. Video, audio, writing, websites, share ownership. These are the vehicles I will employ to achieve this. I'll also leverage other people's time and labor and will work as a part-time venture capitalist providing advice to investment bankers and managers about Bitcoin. We live in an era of tech censorship. One of my most popular videos was removed without notice recently from this channel. The new video I put up linking to my own website, which contains the video YouTube censored, was also taken down. Google and YouTube may think that they've won. They've underestimated my skill set. I'll thus be developing my own YouTube clone script on my own website, which will contain all of my censored videos. I will not announce each video's name here on YouTube. All I'll say is that if you would like to see the content that YouTube has banned you from seeing, please head over to my soon-to-be-built YouTube clone script, where you can watch those videos in their full glory. Matthew 21:17. And he left them and he went into the city of Cebu and he lodged there. Let's talk about the Philippines. Let's talk about the YouTube channel Cebu Women. The formals that are set up to introduce foreign men to Filipino women. What is my major advantage should I venture into that space? I can stay there. I don't need to come back to the Western world for a job. My income and assets enable me to stay in Asia. Yes, I'll have to do the visa merry-go-round, but being able to lodge there means not bringing my Thai or Filipino back to the Western world. You know what that means. You know exactly what happens when we bring them back to the Western world. I want to engage with women and with transsexuals that have not been exposed to the Western world. My time in Australia working with Thais and Filipinos that live here left me feeling like I have very little power. They're living an incredible life due to the incoming interest they have and the power of choice to choose men that fulfill criteria they have which I'm not willing to be. Not interested in spending large amounts of money on high-end luxury goods and paying for someone else's inflated lifestyle. I know even if I was doing this and something happened and I couldn't provide anymore, they have incredible incoming opportunities to monkey branch to men richer and more successful than myself. I want that lifestyle of picking and choosing the incoming interest. And that means I need to leave my own country and lodge in the cities of Cebu, Pattaya and Bangkok. The ladyboys I know in Australia live incredible lives. They earn their own money, and they also have the money and resources of their boyfriends to fall back on. What a great deal! Come to Australia, have access to an extraordinary number of Western men, earn a much higher income than they could ever hope to achieve in their home countries, and also have their boyfriend's income and resources. And if he falters, well, another walking wallet is available without even leaving the house. Likes and instant messages appear on their phones via their social networking profiles all the time. It's utterly ridiculous. Contrast that with my situation. Working hard for 21 years, obtaining a package from work, leaving Australia, living in Thailand or the Philippines and living off my own resources, getting lots of incoming opportunities, but those opportunities are at my financial expense. I'm still the resource provider, but well, it'll cost me a lot less to be that resource provider over there than here in Australia, that's damn sure. I'll soon have a huge amount of time on my hands. I'm looking for suggestions, ideas, investment opportunities, investment ideas, and so on. Please do feel free to comment on this video or contact me. My life is about to change in big time, and this means I'll have much more time to create content and to do my own thing. All the best, everyone, and please do let me know your thoughts and ideas. I'm very open to them. I am the semi-retired Pretender.